Hello and welcome back to the long-awaited return of the 90+2 podcast. I am your host, Jamie Townsend, joined as usual by my co-host, Mr. Xander Turnbull.
Good afternoon.
We've got two very special guests joining us today. We've got Bournemouth enjoyer Jack Sanderson.
Hello, everyone.
And Swindon Town not enjoyer Luca Sperti.
Hello.
And it's been a while since the last episode. I'm sure you've all been wondering where we've been.
All four of you.
Yeah, all four of you listeners, especially you in Thailand, shout out to you. And we've just been very busy. But we're back today for a season review so far. Each of the leagues, we'll go for your player of the season so far from each league. We'll go for your surprise package, who's been letting you down, and then we'll each speak about each person's individual teams. So we'll start with the Premier League. It seems like the only appropriate place to start. Mr. Jack Sanderson, what would be your review of the season as a whole so far?
Firstly, can I just ask a quick question?
Go on.
Is there actually someone that listens to this from Thailand, or is that a joke?
Nope.
No, that is
Genuinely, yeah.
And Mexico.
How do we know that?
Because of Spotter stats.
Spotter stats and
That is
Spotify
crazy.
analytics.
Can I just say to the person in Thailand and the person in Mexico, you are the greatest humans on earth, and we love you. On to the Premier League, though. I think that it's been an interesting one. Obviously, not Chelsea, Spurs performing a lot better than people expected. Under Ange Postecoglou, who I'm still sad left Celtic, but there's not much you can do. My Cherries have been absolutely shambolic. So that's kind of sad, but up to Selhurst Park. And yeah, it's just been a good start. I still think City are going to win it, but yeah, it's been good.
Well, what do you make of Tottenham losing their unbeaten streak to Chelsea the other day?
Well, as you know, Mr. Townsend, me and you do a
Oh yeah, shout out Townsend and Sanderson previews.
a little Premier League preview, and I said that Chelsea were going to win 2-0. They won 4-1, but I saw a Chelsea win coming, so I said it was a Spursy thing to do. So
Rate that from you, Jack.
I'm not actually that surprised.
Any more insight from you, Luca?
Yeah, I also thought Chelsea would win. I thought Chelsea have been so bad this season, and everyone at home they play against, you thought that they'd beat them, like Forest or anyone like that. Who did they play last time they lost? Didn't they lose? Brentford. And then I was like, it's a Chelsea thing to do. Go Spurs and win. I didn't think 4-1, but I mean, I'm not even sure if the performance was good from Chelsea. I think it's just Spurs and that high line. You see the high line there?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
What was going on there? But obviously their best player Maddison injured as well, and Romero honestly probably went out there just to get sent off. So
He loves it.
Did you see the John Terry tweets?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Maddison.
Get up on the table with the tequila. Have you seen that?
With his missus.
Yeah.
And then James Maddison said, "Give your head a wobble." Did you see the first 15 minutes when it was 11 versus 11?
Yeah, and didn't he also say to some other guy who was like, just cleaning my Premier League winners medals, mate?
Luke Donald, the Ryder Cup winning captain, said, big move up to 10th place there for Chelsea. And John Terry said, "You'll know how that feels, just cleaning my Premier League trophies."
So, who would you say your surprise package of this season has been so far? I'll start with you, Jack.
Surprise package. As in, are we talking...
We'll go for teams.
Are we talking in a good sense or in any sense?
Any sense.
So it could be how bad someone's been. I mean, I would say Chelsea, but they finished 12th last season, so it's kind of not that surprising.
On track to improve at the moment.
I think it's got to be Chelsea based on all the money they spent and the players they brought in to be in the position they are. Just isn't very good, so I'd say Chelsea.
I am going to put a shout out there for, I hate to say it, but Man United has got to be.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
6 wins, 5 losses, no draws. Currently a -4 goal difference, which is absolutely shambolic, really. I mean, Ten Hag, do you think his job's on a knife edge right now?
No, because United probably can't think of anyone else to bring in, so I just don't think he'll go.
What do you think about the United performance so far?
I mean, I'd say it's been pretty sort of United-y, if that's, I could say that. But like, it's been very typical United. Like, since really Ferguson's left, they've had seasons of ups and downs. Like, they've been really good one season, really bad the next, got a new manager in, done well, then done shit, then done well. Like, it's just sort of the United cycle at the moment, really. But yeah, it's been sort of. I would say I sort of expected it, really.
Yeah, I think I'd say the two surprise packages in terms of the surprise in terms of good, you'd have to say Spurs.
Yeah.
Spurs.
The Orange Revolution.
Yeah.
And then I'd say poorly, it's got to be the United, I think.
Can I put one out there and say City?
What for?
Yeah,
What,
Underperforming.
for good or bad?
Well, kind of bad because I mean, obviously
2 losses.
No,
9
yeah,
wins.
no, I know, but like they lost to Wolves.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Do
you know what I mean?
Wolves, I'll tell you what, they're doing better than I expected so
Yeah,
far.
Yeah, same.
Much better.
Mhm.
I had them like 19th, to
I
be honest. Or
predicted
Just-
18th.
I'd
Yeah.
also like to chuck Brentford in there without Ivan Toney.
Yeah,
'Cause
again,
they're doing.
Mbuemo really stepping up.
Yeah.
He's been doing really well.
Also, just a quick question: as a new guest, are we allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, each of these episodes marked as explicit. So.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Actually-
Luca, Swindon a shit.
Well, Jack, actually, a question
Well,
for
yeah,
you.
so-
Yeah, ask me a question.
Obviously, like Bournemouth sacking Gary O'Neill
Yeah,
in the summer. Now he's at Wolves.
yeah.
And he's doing well.
Yeah.
Do you think that was wrong for them to sack?
I thought
O'Neill.
it was wrong when they sacked him.
Yeah.
And I think lots of Bournemouth fans will say this, and maybe they're just saying it because we're doing really poorly. But I said it when it happened. It's a poor decision because, I mean, you look at...
Iraola, was he called?
Yeah,
New guy?
Adoni Iraola. But you look at... I can't even think who the team is. But there's teams in the Premier League that have brought... Oh, that's it, West Ham. You look
Yeah.
at West Ham, they brought David Moyes in, and he had a good season.
Mhm.
They could have then said, thank you, David Moyes. Let's bring in a big manager from Europe.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
give a shout
and
to
we'll-
Palace with Hodgson.
And Hodgson, and we'll
Mm.
win the league.
Yeah.
But they said, no, we'll stick with David Moyes because he's done well for us in one season and we'll trust him, and they've done well again.
Yeah.
We had someone that could do that for us, a young up-and-coming manager who saved us from relegation, and we could have gone, we'll give you another chance. If it's not going well halfway through the season, then fair on, we'll move on. We didn't. We brought in someone who hasn't really proven it. I mean, he had a decent few seasons. Was it Real Valladolid or
So
wherever he was?
Vallecano, I think it was.
Rayo
Yeah, yeah.
Vallecano. And we brought him in, and it hasn't worked. It hasn't, because we're in the bottom 3 without a win with 1 win this season against
Yeah.
Burnley.
I'd
Who are
actually
shambolic.
say
so-
like the Bournemouth sacking Gary O'Neill sort of very similar to the Birmingham sort of
Yeah.
situation,
Oh,
because
Oh, mate, we'll
Yeah.
get onto that.
they brought in
When we
new
get to the
new
Chelsea.
owners.
Fucking
They probably
dreadful.
just thought, right, obviously Gary he's a good manager, but maybe they wanted to bring in like a bit of a bigger name, like a bit more of a tractor style
It's
of
the only
football.
reason they've done it. I'm sure it has
Which
to
is
be.
exactly what Birmingham did with Eustace and Rooney. And now, personally, Eustace, I don't think it was a bad way of playing football. Obviously, like against Argyle, it worked very, very well.
Stano.
But I think it's a very similar situation.
I wanted Gary O'Neill to stay. I think he should have done. I mean, I don't know how long you can give Iraola if performances don't improve. But I'd say,
I'm surprised he's not gone, especially after being beaten 6-1.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Like-
can't believe he's not.
I mean, we're never expected to beat City. We need to beat teams below us, which we
Yeah.
haven't been doing. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, mate, to be honest, if you told me I could bring back any Bournemouth manager in the past, bring one back now, most Bournemouth fans will probably say Eddie Howe.
Mhm.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah,
yeah.
that is probably.
I'm saying bring back Jonathan Woodgate. I love that man. I absolutely love Jonathan Woodgate. He had passion for the club. I would happily be in the Championship under Jonathan Woodgate than be in the Premier League under Adoni Iraola right now,
Yeah.
because
Wow.
Jonathan Woodgate
Passion.
had passion.
There's a title for the
he
podcast.
loved the
You could be.
club.
Jonathan Woodgate had passion. There you go.
Oh, mate, honestly. But yeah, no, I think it was a poor decision. It's happened now. We'll see if we survive or not.
Give a little shout out to Luton whilst we're here.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
got that one win so
Do we
far.
need to?
Held Luton very well. Yeah, just because they're above you, mate. Come on.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they're terrible.
Yeah, but
They've done very, very well. I
Yeah,
think.
considering
But they're really bad.
Yes. But
better than you.
You
Yes,
haven't played
but-
them yet, have you, Jeff?
have you
Huh?
s-
You haven't played them yet.
No.
have you seen their team? How bad that is?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their team is shocking.
Yeah, but they've done very
Their
well to
team-
even
And they're
achieve
not
that.
in the relegation
Who did they
places.
beat?
Everton, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Everton.
All right.
At Goodison Park as
There
well.
you go then.
They held Liverpool for the entire game.
Yeah.
So
Really
did Bournemouth in the cup.
Did you beat them?
No, we lost 2-1.
There you go.
But because Darwin Núñez decided to actually score for once.
Yeah.
That was
From
when he had,
outside
like,
the
that
box.
terrible touch, and everyone was like
Yeah.
mimicking him, and he just bent one top corner.
Anyway.
So inconsistent.
It's like me
man.
on the Astro. That.
Shall we say who we think our player of the season is so far in the
Yeah.
Premier League? Have a think.
I'm having a
Premier
little
League
think now.
player of the season.
I reckon I'll go.
I've got
first.
one.
I'll go
I think
Okay,
I've
Luca,
got one.
go on. You go, Luca.
And I think this is probably someone else might have this win. I'm going to go James Maddison.
Oh, that was going to be
just
my
for a
shout.
start at
I
Spurs.
think either Maddison. I'd give a shout to Son, and I'd give a shout to Neto
I
as
think
well.
it's just
The reason I would
Pedro
give
Neto.
Neto.
I thought you meant the Bournemouth keeper for
Yeah,
a
that's
second.
what
I
I
was
was
like, do not
thinking.
give
No
him a
chance.
shout.
The reason I would give a shout to him is because obviously everybody wrote off Wolves at the start of this season. He's got 7 assists in that Wolves team. I don't think he can't not be in with a shout.
Yeah.
Wang's got to be in there for Wolves as well.
Yeah,
Wang's
well,
scoring very well.
I've watched
After
Wang.
didn't Pep call him like
He
the
just-
Korean guy or something?
Yeah,
And
but
he's bagged after.
he's not. He just sort of. He's a bit of a tapping match, and I can't lie.
But
But
Wolves can't score.
James
can they?
Madison, I think, is the most Spurs player I have seen play for Spurs in like
Yeah.
10 years.
yeah. I can't
Well,
argue
He
with
just like
I think
he,
it's got-
he is Spurs. He
It's
just
probably
fits Spurs.
it would probably have to be him so far as well when you look at the league position of Spurs as well, and then
Yeah, there's-
But
especially
they were
just-
like before as well. Before he come in, and
Yeah,
then
exactly.
the first game he played,
he's been the most
He became-
impactful
he was
player.
captain.
I'll give
Yeah.
Doku
First
a
game.
shout.
Doku, yeah.
Those
Doku's
four-
been good.
four
Four
assists.
assists.
Doku's naughty, mate. I'll give him a shout.
He's just typical winger, and he like
He's just
traditional winger. He
rapid.
just goes, "Oh, I know I've got
He's
pace.
so good.
I've got nothing else but pace. I'll just run down the line and cross it."
He's
in.
clearly got more than just pace. He got 4 assists and a goal against us.
But if you look
It
at
doesn't really count because it's against a 40-year-old Adam Smith. But
but he's a player to be fair. And how much did he cost? He's like 40 mil or something.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
something stupid.
Yeah.
But I think it's fair. It's James Madison, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
gotta be.
I think what if we would say
Unanimous.
the worst signing of the season so
Worst
far?
signing of the season.
Ooh.
That's
I hate
a tough
to.
question.
I'd
a few from Chelsea.
in
though, isn't
terms of purely Prem. Well, yeah, you'd
Rasmus
say,
Højlund.
You'd say
there?
Kai-
Yeah.
well, I was going to say him, but you got to
He
remember
scored a
he's done
couple
really
last
well in the
night,
Champions
yeah.
League. And
but if we're doing just Premier League,
if we're doing just Premier League, it's got to be like Romeo Lavia or Caicedo. Think about how much they spent on them.
and Kunku as
Yeah,
well. Lavia, haven't
I'd
even
probably
played.
say Caicedo.
Up until Monday night, it was Nicholas Jackson, and then he decided to pop up with the.
But like,
He's fucking sued.
how can you
He ran out
tell?
of
How can you
celebrations.
tell someone that doesn't watch
Yeah.
football that Nicholas Jackson scored a hat trick and was simultaneously
The worst
absolutely
player on the
shit
pitch.
on the pitch?
Like,
It was just because Spurs were playing
Yeah.
a 1-7-1
Yeah.
formation
just
at the end of the game.
Put it across to Jackson, tap it in. I saw a stat as well. Jackson has got a hat trick before Rashford, Martinelli, and Saka in the Premier League.
I've got a shout for worst signing of the season.
go on.
Kai Havertz.
No,
No one expected. I don't think. Did anyone
Everyone,
expect anything from
no one
Havertz?
expects anything from him because he's been terrible
Did you
the
see his
last two
highlights
seasons.
yesterday?
I'll go on from that. Mason Mount.
Yeah,
same as-
Mason Mount's up there.
I'd say
Yeah.
Mount before you'd say Havertz.
Mason
surely.
Mount, I think
I hate
people
to
are
say it,
expecting
but
more of than
Fucking
Kai
shit
Havertz.
business over
Surely.
the summer.
Andre
It's-
Onana.
No.
He's
Saved
all right.
in the
Saved the
Champions
penalty,
De
mate.
Gea's better, but
He is, yeah.
De Gea, I think, is going to come back there.
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like it, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
it's got to be Caicedo. What did they spend on Caicedo?
150
150 million.
Yeah.
Well, did,
He looked like such a good player for Brighton. He's turned up for 150 mil at Chelsea. He looks like he can't play football.
do you
Yeah,
even
I know,
see him in the
shocking.
game? Like I completely forget.
No,
he's
I
in-
don't know. I don't even realise. I thought he was still playing for Brighton every
Yeah.
time I watch
Yeah.
Chelsea because he just
Yeah.
doesn't do anything.
Well, another player you got to put in that just because of circumstances. Tonali.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
signed him.
The gambling
And
addict.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
he-
yeah,
and
fair
he's
enough.
banned for
I mean, he's
6
been
months now.
class, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
He's been class for like, was it 10 games he played or whatever?
Yeah. All right. Is everybody done with the Prem anymore?
I mean, I think another
Uh,
shout for worst teams. I think disappointing is Burnley.
Yeah, I was
I-
gonna literally just gonna say that.
Really?
Yeah.
disappointing.
Yes.
Have you seen where they are?
Well, I think it's very. It's
yeah,
very
but what were you
mixed.
expecting of them?
Well, that's what I
That's
was
not
gonna
a
say.
Premier League side.
The
You look at that
expect-
side.
the
That's not a Premier League
expectations from
side.
Burnley.
No.
That one of them, like, there was one viewpoint that they did so well in the Championship, they were just going to go on and finish like mid-table. But then I did hear quite a few rumblings that they were just going to absolutely.
Yeah,
fall in their
I
face.
wasn't expecting anything
I
from them.
think it's
It-
because of
they
the
haven't-
championship.
They
it's
haven't
not
got.
really like I would say I wasn't expecting them to do well, but I'd say it's the
Mhm.
terms of how they went about their business. Yes, they've signed like some good, talented young players, like Wilson Adobe, that
Yeah.
like Scalotto guy, who's called the Italian one,
Colioso.
Colioso. That's
He's
it.
good.
Yeah, but he's not a Premier League.
No,
No,
they're
but
not-
that's
they're
what
not
I
Premier
mean.
League.
That's what I mean. Like they've sign for the future, but for going back into the Premier League, I think they've gone about it completely the wrong way. Whereas Luton, yes, they've signed nowhere near real Premier League quality players.
So Heath Chong.
But other than that,
Gotta give a shout out to my boy.
they've gone about it in a good
Central.
way. They've kind of prepared for themselves to go back down. But if
Yeah.
they did somehow stay up, then they've already got like a good sort of financial basis that they can build on from.
Yeah, I mean Burnley. Well, they've got James Trafford in goal.
That is a very bad signing.
B-Tech Michael Cooper.
He's not.
He's awful.
No, he's a good keeper, but he's not a Premier League keeper.
How much did he cost? So 20. I swear.
It
Was
was.
he on loan? I thought he was on loan, wasn't
Thogden's brother.
Yeah.
It was 17 million he
Yeah.
cost.
Really?
And
17 million.
That's what I'm saying. If he's worth 17 million, Cooper's worth
Yeah,
20.
But
He's
listen
better
to the
than-
listen
Who won the
to
league last year?
Listen to these signings that they've brought in. So they brought in Mike Trezor from Genk. Anyone heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great player. Han Noah Masengo.
Bristol City.
Bristol City player gone Afro.
So not a Prem player then.
No,
He's not a Prem player.
nowhere near.
Aaron Ramsey from Aston Villa. That's a good signing.
Yeah.
Is he injured though? I think he might be injured.
I don't know, but still a decent signing.
Hans Delquar from Anderlecht.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
No.
Wilson Oderbear
No-
from
noticing a
Troyes.
bit
I
of
know of him.
Let's sing a bit of a
No.
Belgian theme here.
Sander Burge from Sheffield United.
That's a good.
That's a
signing.
good signing.
He's not a Premier League player. Have you seen him playing for Burnley? He had one good
Yeah.
season for Sheffield United
No,
in the
yeah,
Prem,
you're
and then
right.
he's been
If he was in a different
been poor.
team,
It's a good
if he was-
championship player.
If he was in a team
Yeah,
like Wolves,
definitely.
Nathan Redmond. What Nathan? He's so shit.
he's past it. He's past
He's
it.
so shit. Like
And
Dar-
Just brutal.
Dara O'Shea
Yeah, no.
in
that
the
is it.
Premier League.
Yeah, now that is something.
I'm
found
better than Dara O'Shea.
Well,
Am I wrong?
no,
I reckon
you're not.
Xander's got more tech than Dara O'Shea.
Let's not take the piss here.
Lyle Foster.
No, I love you, Xander.
I was not expecting anything from Burnley, so but
Jack's just come on to make enemies.
sorry,
here.
yeah, sorry.
No, I
but
think
You ever
but-
meet Dara O'Shea in person now?
I'll chin him, mate.
He's
Oh
on
my
the-
God, Dara, so nice to meet you.
No.
I heard what you said about me, Jack, on the 90+2.
He's
I'll
the
give him
next
some
guest, isn't he?
sweet chin music. if I ever
Sweet
see him.
shit music.
Oh, is that guy off 90+2? Yeah, it is Dara. What are you going to do about it, son?
RKO out of nowhere.
Batter him. Dara O'Shea, anytime, any place, I'll have you, mate.
Oh, there you go.
You've got 2 fights now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Alex
Alex Haynes
Haynes.
as well.
Alex Haynes.
You
Crossover boxing.
mug. Anyway,
All
move
right.
on to the championship.
On to
Before I get scrapped by every Premier League centre-half.
the championship. So, we got to start. Surprise package so far.
Now, I have not really been watching the championship as
There's literally only one
much.
team, and it's
Well-
fucking Ipswich.
well, no.
Yeah.
Cardiff.
Really?
Cardiff.
Not
oh,
compared to Ipswich.
or Preston,
Ipswich
maybe.
and Preston are the two
I would have
that
said
I would
Ipswich
go
and
No,
for.
but
Preston.
everyone was going. Oh,
Actually, no, that's a good point. I know quite a lot of people who predicted Cardiff to go down.
yeah, including me. Everyone.
Oh, what? No.
Wonder why that
QPR,
was.
maybe? QPR?
Well, surprise package.
In terms of shit?
Yeah.
think
No,
that-
they were
No.
shit last year.
Really? Okay.
No.
Norwich?
Yeah,
Watford? Norwich
is
and
a
Watford?
shout.
Norwich
Yeah, for
and
doing
Watford.
bad. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
always up there as a yo-yo club, and they've just
Yeah.
dropped to 16th and
Watford as
17th
well.
now.
I would
Their
say,
team.
for me personally, surprise package good, Ipswich.
It has
Yeah.
to be.
Has to.
Unequivocally.
3
And then
points off the top of the table.
surprise package bad would be Norwich
Yeah.
for me.
I'd say
Yeah.
Derby
obviously
as well.
Ipswich a very big surprise package, but I would say Cardiff because everyone thought a lot of people thought they would go down.
Yeah.
But I think they've done very well to be like what are they like 5th, 6th, something like that.
6th. I think.
6th, yeah. They've done very
Yeah.
well to get there,
Definitely.
considering how they've been over the last few years.
Yeah. And then player of the season again, only one for me so far, and it's Mr. Sammy Schmodix,
Who does he play for?
Blackburn.
He's a player.
Okay.
I
He's
agree.
fucking
Yeah.
cooking.
Um,
He's got 9 goals and 2 assists.
see,
Adam Armstrong's up there as well.
I've not
been really good.
watched
Whitaker is actually still up there.
much.
To be fair.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he'd probably be in the. What did you? Well, you did a team of the season the
Yeah.
other day.
We
I've got sorry before you start. I've
No,
got
sorry.
I've got to throw Rooter in there.
Oh yeah.
one
I've not been watching the championship much, but obviously Jake's a Leeds fan, and I've been watching a bit of Leeds, and he does look like a good little player. So I'm going to throw him in there.
He's not. He's not a championship.
When
player.
we did
That's
it-
the point. He's
when I
fucking
did-
way too good for the championship.
when I did the team with Ellis the other day, I think we put Jack Clark in.
Yeah.
Oh
Over
yeah,
Morgan
Jack
Whittaker.
Clark.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
been
player.
phenomenal.
Way too good for the championship.
But
been at Leeds as well,
Morgan
hasn't
Whittaker, like one thing I would say on him, I think there's a lot of obviously he's moved on, and there's a lot of Swansea fans who are going like, "Oh, Liam Cullen, he's way better than Morgan Whittaker." It's like,
Are they on spice? For
Like-
one, they're so different
I am.
players.
yeah, there's the different players, but also as well, like
no disrespect to Liam. I love Liam, but Morgan Whittaker is so much better.
Yeah.
Because Liam, he hasn't really found his feet yet in terms of scoring goals yet.
He's not even a winger, is he?
Is he championship level? Like
What?
I've got
Cullen.
I've got someone to throw in
Getting
the
there.
mix. I've got someone to throw in the mix.
Who?
Thoughts on Dexter Lembakisa?
Was it Rotherham? Does he play for Rotherham?
Rotherham, yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts on him?
No.
He just got a cool name. I just thought it might be.
I was gonna say I can't say I know anything about him.
Surely
No, fair enough.
another player that is too good for the championship as well as Dewsbury Hall. And
Yes.
Yeah.
again.
Well, no, that Leicester team.
Well, yeah,
Well,
because
Leicester are
because
too good
Leicester
for
are
the
still a
Championship.
Premier League team.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be in the
No,
Championship. It should be Everton in
Yeah,
the
no.
Championship.
They've got a Premier League budget in the Championship. They should piss the league.
This season,
I'm going to
In the
Leicester
Prem.
away. I'm expecting us to get bummed like
Yeah.
6-0.
mate,
We should. Same with Leeds this weekend. I love you,
actually,
Argyle,
yeah.
but it should be a bumming.
I watched Leeds Leicester the other week, and Leeds obviously won. Ricardo Pereira was unbelievably good.
Yeah.
He was
They're
so good.
far, far,
I was
far
wa-
too good.
I was watching it and just thinking, how is he allowed to be
but
playing
yeah,
at this
again,
level?
he's not a Championship.
No, that's
player.
what I'm saying. I was like, how is he
Yeah.
like
He's
allowed?
He's got Champions
He-
League experience.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
shouldn't be
Yeah, that-
allowed to
Porto,
be
wouldn't he?
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So?
think so. And Monaco, I think.
Even though
Yeah.
they won,
Yeah,
I
so-
felt bad for the Leeds left winger because I was just like, how is this man allowed to be playing at this level when he's this good?
Well, again, it's you could put basically any Leicester or Leeds player up for player of the season so far, like
Yeah.
Somerville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how have we not said an Ipswich player though? Because they're
'Cause I don't like Ipswich.
Yeah,
That's
but
why.
Yeah, we don't like it.
they're second. They're 3 points off Leicester.
We got Chaplin, Broadhead, Davis,
Chaplin's
Hurst.
Chaplin's-
No, because I think the thing is, it's that there's players in those positions that in like Leicester and Leeds that just outclass them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Apart-
Apart from the goalkeeper.
Well, I mean, Ipswich are currently 8 points clear of Leeds.
Yeah.
Ipswich.
I'm praying on the downfall.
Ipswich
praying
have
on that.
I
gone.
don't know if it's gonna
Ipswich have gone 11
They're looking
unbeaten in the
really
league.
Strong.
They drew 2-2 with Rotherham.
Ipswich,
Yeah.
yeah, but they've
And
gone.
Birmingham.
But they've gone 11 unbeaten in the league.
Yeah, but you're drawing 2-2 with Rotherham. You've got problems.
Sorry, should we have a look at the Swansea results?
I
and
don't-
see who
I-
they've
I
drawn
think-
against?
Where's that? Yeah, should we have a look at Swansea?
Hang on,
Right,
Swansea,
we can. You
14th place. Let's see who they've drawn to.
You can.
Sunderland,
We were down to 10.
QPR. You drew against QPR, mate. You're wank. You drew against Birmingham. Mate, you're terrible. You lost to Bournemouth in the EFL Cup. How bad are you, mate? Now
Brutal.
you lost to Cardiff. You lost to Cardiff. Ah!
We did lose to Cardiff,
That's funny. Swansea are never going to be a Premier League side ever.
They beat
again.
Argyle though, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but Argyle aren't great.
that was devastating.
What are your thoughts, Jamie, as the Argyle fan here this
Well-
season so far?
Honestly, it's quite exciting to be honest. Like I'd really rather us be in this league and be trying to outscore the opponents than trying to if you're in a relegation fight and you're drawing every game 3-3, so much
Oh, yeah,
much better
100%,
getting these
100%.
teams down here. Last season we had to play Tosh like Forest Green, who brought down 10 fans every single week. That away and sold out at the moment.
it
It's class.
It is class.
It's
actually.
so good. I mean, it might just be a tour for one season. To be honest, I can't really see it because I do think Rotherham are worse than us. Wednesday are clearly fucking worse than us.
QPR.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll stay up 100%.
I think there are. Yeah.
There's probably 4 teams. Huddersfield, I reckon you beat Huddersfield.
Oh, they're
as well.
dog. They're so
Huddersfield are
dog.
terrible.
Ever since Warnock left.
Yeah, their teams just them teams. Argyle are better. I think, as you said, like just scoring wise, Argyle score
Yeah.
more goals than them a game. So
Well, it's like obviously massive shout out to Whittaker. It's devastating that Hardy's got injured because he was cooking as well, wasn't he?
Who would you say is your favourite player?
My favourite player or our best player?
Go both.
To be honest, it could be Whittaker for both.
Okay. So-
Although I would still give a shout out to Cooper.
So I got a question.
Go on.
Morgan Whittaker
Mm-hmm.
leaves
Does he?
and you get promotion, or Morgan Whittaker stays and you stay in the Championship.
That's like the simplest
Really?
question I've ever had to answer, mate.
Stay in the Championship and keep Morgan Whittaker is obviously the answer, isn't it?
Is it?
No, of course not. Obviously.
Really?
You take the Prem.
Yeah, of course.
Of course
What do
he
you
take.
mean?
What do you mean, really? Of course he's going to take the Prem.
mate, I
So
would-
right, let's ask Swansea. Who's your favourite player at Swansea, or best player? Who's the best player at Swansea?
Sandy, you've also got to realise
Matt
we've
Grimes.
never been in the Prem, mate. Also,
True,
Matt,
true.
Matt
Who's-
Grimes is scum.
Who's the player that you
Fuck that
at
excellent
Swansea
wanker.
that if they went to Cardiff, you'd be most disappointed or upset about?
I was disappointed if any of them went, but
Most upset about. Most upset about.
probably Matt Grimes.
Matt Grimes. So if Matt Grimes
Dead
leaves,
baller.
Yeah.
you get promotion. He stays. You stay in the Championship. What are you taking?
I take everything back. I say get promoted.
Yeah, exactly.
All day
Anyone
long.
would, though.
Hey.
Especially for Argyle, we've never been in the
100%.
Prem.
Especially with Whittaker, like
I mean, you get
It's like-
you get bummed every
wait a sec.
week.
You
but
asked me, would you rather Argyle win the Champions League or England win the World Cup? It's obviously Argyle winning the Champions League
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, I honestly don't care if England win a trophy. I don't care.
Would I rather England win the World Cup or Argyle survive relegation?
Probably England win the World Cup,
That-
surely.
That's
Depends which league you're surviving relegation in.
yeah.
no, but if
If it's the
would you
Premier League,
prefer just to carry on as normal, or you got to go back next year to Morecambe away, like
Oh God, I haven't actually. Well, I've been to Morecambe's ground though, so I don't need to do that.
Like,
That's fine.
they're in League 2 now anyway. But
Like I said, it's just this season has been so good so far because, admittedly, we haven't won away, but the away games have been great that I've been doing. Like Watford, Preston, Bristol City, we got absolutely minced, but it was still a good day. Got not doing Leeds, unfortunately. Shout out Isaac for fucking not driving.
Well done, Isaac.
But yeah, got QPR, Leicester. It's such great away games. It's so much better in the Championship. Like, so yeah, just more of the same, please.
I've got a question.
Go on.
Out of the top 3 teams in the Championship, so you got Leicester, Ipswich, Leeds.
Yeah.
Which one out of their strikers, their main strikers? So you got Joel Pirou for Leeds.
Yep.
You've got
Yep.
Connor Chaplin for Ipswich,
yeah.
and you've got Jamie Vardy for Leicester.
Oh, Jamie Vardy.
Which of those do you find most attractive?
I'm not answering that question.
You have to.
On to League One. So, League One so far this season. I mean, none of our teams are actually in that league this year.
I think they are.
What, Northampton?
Up the Northampton tune, up the Cobblers. Come on.
However,
I forgot they were in the.
Portsmouth finally
Oh,
doing...
what Portsmouth? Yeah, I probably
Portsmouth
should support
finally
Portsmouth.
been doing what they've been promising for years to do. However, the surprise package so
Exeter.
far is either, it's got to be for me, either, Oxford.
Oh yes.
They were shit last
Should
year.
have gone down. Realistically,
Stevenage.
should've gone
And
down.
Stevenage.
Until about a
Stevenage were
month.
really cooking as well at one point, weren't they?
Until
Yeah.
about a month or 2 ago, the surprise package would have been Exeter, but
Yeah,
they've
it would have been.
completely dropped off.
I'm so happy.
They were top for ages,
So
and they've
happy.
dropped off now.
They're
so
18th
funny.
now.
The guy,
Yeah.
they're 18.
Yeah.
The guy at Albion, the media manager's a massive Exeter fan. And he was like, every week they were winning, he was like, get in.
Wanker.
Way better than Argyle, and he's like, HMS pissed the league, and now he's like, we're 18th, and he's in tears.
Reading
Sorry,
currently
Rob.
dead bottom with only a 4-point deduction as well. It's not even
Reading
like
a
it's been-
dead bottom.
Yeah, 7
Their
points.
team is
They're
awful.
7 points off the pace.
Abby Walker's in tears right now.
Oh, well.
The Red. Have
Um,
you seen now Reading?
Oh,
fans?
no. Anyway.
They're just Reading
Wigan
fans
as
are
well,
just-
17th. Shocking.
Wigan 17th.
They're the points deduction.
They are
though.
big points deduction.
Well, how are Northampton doing?
8.
20th they are Northampton.
20. Oh, it's not.
Yeah, admittedly, if Wigan...
Oh, yeah, not
Yeah, they're actually not doing too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, Stevenage, Oxford, Bolton, maybe.
Surprise package? No.
No,
I predicted them to go
No.
up.
they weren't great last
I
year.
predicted
though.
them to win the league.
I mean, they battered us in the
Exactly.
Papa John's. but-
Exactly. They got money.
I think Portsmouth. It's just got to be Portsmouth. They haven't lost a game yet.
Player of the season, going to be a bit of a stats merchant here and go for Devante Cole for his 11 goals and 2 assists.
Who's he play for?
Barnsley.
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 Shout out Jamie Reid, ex-Torquay player, absolutely cooking at Stevenage. Alfie May as well, doing really well at Charlton, but that's
carries-
not a
he
he carries
surprise
them.
at
They
all.
don't need I don't know why Alfie May didn't get a championship move.
You're just looking through for the coolest name again.
Yeah, probably actually.
Connor Shaughnessy.
I mean, Devante Cole's a pretty cool name, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Colby Bishop, he's been good when
yeah,
I've seen
Colby
Pompey
Bishop,
play.
yeah, he's
I've
been
got Sam Hoskins is my boy. I've got to say Sammy
Yeah,
Hoskins.
he's a player.
He's a good little
He's a
player.
I've seen him play a few times live.
Charlie Wyke as well scored a couple of goals against Jake on FIFA with him the other night, so put him up
That's a
there.
boy.
Yeah, he's got to be a baller. Also, Blackpool, they got Karamoko Dembele. Don't they remember him? When
Oh,
Yeah, he was fantastic at. He was fantastic at Celtic. Like good prospect, but didn't
Yeah.
work out.
I mean, I don't know if he's doing any. I don't think he's doing too well. I got a goal against. Was it their Bromley? Was it in the FA Cup?
Yeah. Cameron Brannigan's been doing well.
Oxford
Yeah.
pen
So-
merchant he is.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not.
He scored all
Luca's
4 of
not
his
saying
goals at
anything.
pens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He
why he
scored
just called him a
4
pen merchant.
goals once in a game, and they were all penalties. Like
That was against Pompey, wasn't it?
I don't
it was either
know
them
League
or-
One. Just you
was it
going off
Gillingham
football
or
rating.
something?
8.01, highest rated player in the
Um,
league. That's all I know.
Oxford.
I was going to
they
say,
have
we're
just
probably
lost their
not,
manager.
probably not going to dwell on League One for too long because
Nah.
none of us really know anything about it. So
No.
can move on to the 4th tier. Lucas Spurty, this is your area of expertise, sunshine. Swindon Town in 10th place, 6 wins, 5 draws and 5 losses.
Wish it wasn't my expertise, but unfortunately it is, as we're in League 2.
3 losses in a row, mate.
Mate, we're
Whey.
awful.
I think before we start talking about this though, we do need to ask Luca a question. What was your thought when you were 7-0 down against Aldershot at home?
Mate, honestly,
He was at Argyle at the time.
I was at Argyle, obviously, so I'm living here, so obviously I'm not going back for that.
Notifications coming through.
The game at Argyle was at the minute silence, and I got
Yeah.
a notification. I checked after it, 1-0 them. I was like, oh, that's all right. Every second it came up, even came up on my phone, 8-0. They scored an offside goal. I couldn't believe what was going on. I was so embarrassed. I'm not even there. I'm not even playing for the club, and I was embarrassed. People were looking at people next to me as well. The bloke next to me knew I wasn't a Plymouth fan. He thought, this twat, why does he just keep checking Swindon Aldershot for no reason?
11 seconds.
Yeah,
In.
11.
And
They
you conceded.
see their goals as well. He scored some
Yeah.
beauties.
Yeah, but how as a League Two? Well, did you have like a weakened squad out?
The embarrassing thing is we had our best
You
team
had
out.
your strongest squad out, and you went 7-0 down to Aldershot Town.
The only thing I would
Yep.
say is that obviously the National League's a lot stronger. There's a lot more money.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
if you look
yeah,
at
but-
Aldershot's team,
Their
like,
team is
there's
a
a
good
lot
team.
of well-known names in there.
Yeah.
So-
Like who?
They got a few players
Yeah, like
Around-
who?
Charlie Austin.
around the league.
No, he plays for Swindon.
Oh, we're talking about Aldershot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, as
I remember
Jamie's
looking at
saying,
I remember looking at their team and be like, I know him.
but they're
to
non-league.
get it up.
If you're a League One,
Get it
League
up and
Two-
tell me who they've got. Because I just think yes, there's now less of a difference between the National League and League
Hey
Two.
mate, ex-Bournemouth Ryan Glover.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
Hence
He's-
why he's ex-Bournemouth.
Still did the job though to
He's
beat
shocking.
to score 7 past us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but, who do you have in goal? Who's your keeper?
Mahoney is the goalkeeper.
Oh
The
my
goalkeeper is
God.
not the worst.
Was it the back line?
he's your number one as well.
But the goalkeeper's the Mahoney's kept us in many games. He's on loan from QPR. He's a
Oh, I'm
decent
thinking of the wrong
keeper.
team. Sorry, I was thinking of Chesterfield.
Yeah,
Chesterfield
Oh,
are the
got-
one with a
they
load of
got Will
well-known
Grigg,
names.
haven't they?
Yeah.
Aldershot. I can't.
Apologies.
Yes, there's less of a gap now between the conference and League Two, but
No, yeah.
I don't know. It's just embarrassing.
No, you-
Even the four. I mean,
Seven at
the
home.
four goals in the last 20 minutes kind of ruined it. 'Cause it would have been
It got-
hilarious
we-
if it was
no,
like
we did-
7-1.
we
You
get-
sort of clawed
yeah, we
back a
did.
bit of grace, but to can go. I saw it was 7-4.
7-0 at 60
I
minutes.
saw it was 7-4, and I was like, oh,
It's a
that
goal
must,
every. That's
that
more
must
than a
have
goal
been
every 10 minutes.
that must have
Yeah.
been a good game, like back and forth, and then I looked on it and it was 7-0.
Yeah.
I was like, how has that even happened?
But if you got to think about it,
That's
we,
like
we played Man City in the FA
Yeah.
Cup 2 seasons ago. I think it was 4-1. I wouldn't expect us to lose
Crazy.
7-0 against a Premier League team.
that's like under 13s when you used to go
Yeah.
away to like some team that were 3 divisions above you in a cup game and lose 14-0.
Yeah.
It brings that vibe,
No, it
doesn't it?
does
It's
bring
just
that
like
It is
yeah.
really poor. But
But anyway, the season itself,
in terms
how's
of
it
the
go?
league, because obviously Jake Young got 11 goals so far.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
because I remember Dan Bowen, he absolutely loved that for a while, didn't he?
Well, yeah, Jake Young, to be fair, 4 of them were in one game against Crawley. So basically, and he comes off the bench a few times as well. He scored. I went MK Dons away.
Oh,
Absolute bottle. There's no atmosphere there at all. But, I mean, it's a cracking away day. It's the ticket's £6 as well for under 21.
Loves it.
Shout out Dan Burton, by the way.
Yeah, Dan Bowen, most deluded
Where is he?
Swindon
Is
fan
he on
as
another
well.
family holiday?
I think he might still be crying about Aldershot.
Yeah, he hasn't come in, actually.
He's told me he's on his way to Aldershot to burn the whole place down. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not doing well in the league either. We've lost 3 in a row in the league as well.
You were
and
doing well to start with, weren't you?
yeah, we were
Playoffs.
doing well to start with the playoffs. That happened the same last season as well. I think there might be something going on with the club because Flynn he's got a new contract and then we've just been playing awful. So,
Is that Mike Flynn?
yeah,
One that used to be at Newport?
Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
ex-Newport.
What do you
He's
think about him?
a good manager. He's honest as well. He said it was embarrassing when we played. Well, I mean, it was, but he's not saying don't get angry at the players.
Yeah.
Like he's telling it how it is,
Oh,
which should be that.
That's what I've been seeing a lot of, especially non-league, that I like to see as managers not holding back. I
No,
think
yeah.
you've probably all seen it, but Mark White, Dorking
he's
Wanderers,
a-
when
yeah,
he did
love
the
it.
What a
interview
geezer
after they
he
lost to Horsham, and he just went, "We're shit.
Yeah,
The reason we lost today is because no one can defend, and we're
Mm.
just shit."
I feel like that is quite harsh on your players,
But
but
I
I
think
mean,
sometimes,
it is true.
like
but
you see, like in the Premier League, a team will lose 4-0, and then the manager's in for the post-match interview, and he's like, "Well, I thought we played really well. We could have done a bit better here and there, but I don't blame the boys. I blame myself. All this kind of thing." It's like, the people on the pitch are the ones that have played the game.
Yeah.
Yes, you've got involvement on in the tactics, but if a team goes out and loses 4-0, it's because the team was shit.
Well, that is what, like last night when I was watching United versus Copenhagen, I was thinking then, I was like, Ten Hag's going to be the one who gets all the stick for this. But you watch the players, and defensively, they're just playing shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Harry Maguire and Varane trying to fanny around in the back. Has he told him to do that?
No.
And even if he has told him to do that, you're in that game, you're in that position. How can he then be vicariously blamed for the mistakes of the two donkeys on the pitch?
And no manager in the top 4 leagues to 3, maybe 3 leagues, will go into a post-match interview after a shit game and go, the back line was shit, we're going to work on it. They'll say, oh, well, you know, we made some mistakes, but we'll learn from it and all this. And it's just like, just say what you want to say.
Yeah.
I'd rather hear them say what they want to say, even if they get fined for it for swearing. I'd rather them just go, we were shit.
Especially when you're a fan as well. Some fans as well, you travel miles and you lost 4-0 and they're like,
Shuey, I'll give him a shout out. After we got battered by Bristol, he just went, this is simply not good enough. They didn't do what I told them to do.
I'd say one thing.
I fucking love Shuey though. What a boy.
Well, like, one thing I'd say is, like, obviously Russell Martin, when he was at Swansea, he would always, if we played badly, like, because we did a lot, like he would always say like, oh, it's my fault, like I've done this, I've done that, and I'm thinking, well, no, is it? Like, look at the players on the pitch. But then we've had Michael Duff come in, and he was like very brutally honest about, especially Bristol City game. He was like, the players weren't running, we weren't doing this, we weren't doing that. There was like no effort, sort of thing. And then the fans are like kicking up, saying, oh, you're blaming the players, it's all your fault. Like, no, if the players aren't running, they're not running. They should be running. They should be like sprinting back. Don't jog back, sort of thing. So you've got to just tell it how it is.
I think sometimes the manager can take responsibility if he's made a tactical error. That's fair enough. And even if he hasn't and the team's played poorly, he can say, I'll take some of the responsibility. But if the team's played shit, say that the team's played shit. Yeah. That's what's... We've all seen the team play shit. We've all watched the game either on the telly or in the stands and seen them play shit and said they've played shit. And you come into the post-match interview and go, well, it wasn't great, but we move on to next week. Don't move on to next week. Tell us all how shit you are. Because that's what we want to hear.
Well, in terms of the surprise packages, then we'll get all that in and then wrap up the episode. So, surprise package so far in terms of good, I'd say maybe Barrow.
Yeah, I mean, Barrow 8th, Accrington as well.
I would say Crawley, to be fair. Crawley have actually done better than I thought they would.
Yeah, 14th. In terms of bad...
I mean, bad is got to be...
Swindon.
Really
Forest Green.
Forest Green are at
Swindon.
Tranmere.
I expected Forest Green to go
a lot of people
straight through.
Forest Green to go.
MK Dons, I'd say. I'm quite disappointed with them.
Yeah, maybe.
They don't even play their best players, MK Dons.
Nah.
Issa and Lico both on the bench against Swindon, and they're not... They weren't
in League 2.
And
League 2.
That's outrageous.
Player of the season might have to be your boy Jake Young. 15 goals and assists, most goal involvement.
Is that Swindon?
Yeah. Or Elliot Lee at Wrexham.
I'm telling you, the best...
Elliot Lee,
awesome
he's been
player.
phenomenal.
So
he's too good doing it for the league.
And Notts County's in League 2.
Yeah.
I thought that is his name Jody Jones?
Yeah.
What a player he is now that he's
up there as well. He's
Notts
been
County.
really
He's a
good.
fullback. He's moved to like left
he's-
wing, but he's class.
I thought he was terrible before he joined Notts County, and now
Yeah.
he's just turned into a different player.
No, he's class.
Can I actually, if I take the wire, can I plug my phone in and play a little something for everyone to listen to just to close us out?
No, maybe actually.
Yeah, I think I should be able to.
I'd say Louis Barry as well, maybe.
Yeah.
He was good.
You also got a shout out for Swindon as well, Dan Kemp.
Yeah, Dan Kemp.
8 goals, 5 assists as well.
He's on loan from
One
MK
thing I'll
Dons, isn't
say
he?
Yeah.
also to end the episode, so we'll do each person's team.
Sorry, lads.
Each person's team and your prediction for their final position.
Yeah.
Bournemouth.
So Bournemouth. What am I saying?
Your prediction for where they'll finish.
I want to say I think we'll stay up. I think we'll pick it up. We'll stay up. I'm gonna say 16th. And what was the other thing?
That's it.
Favorite player?
No.
Oh, that was it. Okay, 16th.
Swansea.
I'm gonna say 10th. I think 10th is a
That
key.
is
Where are they at the moment?
brave.
14th.
That's generous, that.
Okay.
Easy top 3.
We've
Swindon Town.
got to aim high. I'll go 7th, just in the playoffs.
Sneak
Aim high.
just
Oh,
in.
it's 7th as playoffs. Forgot about
Yeah.
that.
If we get we've seen at the beginning of the season that we played quite well anyway. Like we've beat a few teams around there. If we can get back to it,
Just got to let Jake
take
Young
7th.
keep cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say for Argyle, 20th or 19th.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What, as in like too low? Or
Yeah,
I think that's a bit too low.
I reckon they'll finish about 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you think that a lot of other sides... well, this is like a conservative prediction.
Yeah, that's
really.
fair enough.
I'd say 19th, really, I'd be happy with. Anything above 21st, I'd be happy with, because that's
Yeah.
survival.
If you think
So we
about
need-
it, like you haven't won an away game yet, and
Exactly.
you're still not in the relegation zone.
Yeah. And that's bound to come, because we've got like QPR coming up. So.
Yeah.
And in terms of United, we're looking right now at like a 6th or a 7th, really. But I don't even know, to be honest, because
United in the conference.
it's not even like I really think that they could even get top 4 right now. Like, there's so many sides that are so much stronger, like Liverpool, like
yeah.
doing really well, like Spurs, obviously.
Aston Villa.
Yeah, I don't know.
Newcastle.
Maybe I'd say 5th is probably still achievable. You got City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Spurs.
Yeah, so 6th maybe 7th. All right,
Right.
finish us
so,
off then,
yeah,
Jackie
so
boy.
we were talking about the sort of non-league
Yeah.
manager interviews being a bit overly direct and serious. So I hope this is going to work. This was one I saw the other day and I thought it was hilarious. If not, we can just cut it out if no one else finds it funny.
Thank you for listening and goodbye.
Straight wheel crap. First half pathetic, bunch of losers. Didn't want to work hard, didn't want to get in a physical fight, scared, thought they could turn up after having a good performance against Sheppey and a good result against Ramsgate on a pitch that was lively, very heavy, and they didn't want to do the hard work, and they got out-muscled, outworked, and to be honest, we were crap first half and got what we deserved.
You think it was more positive display in the second half?
No, not really, just huff and puff, nothing really positive about it. My centre forwards could still be out there till training on Tuesday, won't hit the target. We created enough opportunities to win 2 games, but to be honest, fair play to Phoenix, because the first half they were better and that's where the damage done. We were crap.